Hello, Tony.
Eric, I haven't talked to you since Travelers, I think. It's been a while.
Ah, I love my travelers. I was very
I
proud of
do
it.
too. I'm
Thank
I'm
you.
re-binging it, by the way.
Oh, good. I think it. I
Yeah.
think it. I actually I got sick when I was doing Broadway about a year and a half ago. I got COVID and I had to miss like 5 performances. And I thought I'll watch something. I'm watching my own show. Watch binged
Uh,
travel.
that's the McCormack way. And Lydia, wow, what an actor you are.
Oh, Tony, thank you.
Uh, ladies first. Talk to me a little bit about Sonia and putting on her skin.
She's interestingly, the only non-American character in the show, even though we had a lot of English cast mates, everyone was doing their American, and I was very grateful to do my line. I basically grew up exactly like Sonia. She's someone I quite recognized, who's she was in her late 30s, a little bit of a searcher and a bit of a street smart about her.
She's a wonderful character to play, I would imagine.
She really is, yeah, absolutely, because it's that kind of how much she discloses from moment to moment. And
And look who you get to share scenes with, the great Eric McCormack, who man, Kevin is a great character too. I think he's a little unlike anything you've ever played.
He's a piece of work. He's yeah. We just showed the pilot to an LA audience last week, and a number of people were like, God, I almost didn't recognize you. And somebody said it's like you were wearing prosthetics. I said, no, that's just nature's prosthetics. That's just age. But I said there's also a grumpiness to
yeah,
him that I don't usually carry. So and a very reserved side of him too. And then he lashes out once in a while because he's got issues. So it was fun.
Yeah, I've never seen you play somebody that gets, upset and shows it. And so I think that biting a script like that's got to be a joy.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was saying before that it's important for me on shows like this. Like Anthony had written glasses, and and I said great, and then they were like maybe we don't go glasses. I said no, no, no. It's so important that in the first minute an audience sees me, if they're Will and Grace people, I want them to not see Will Truman. I don't
Yeah.
want them to hear Will Truman, and that's all of our jobs, you know.
Lydia, how much does the environment that you're shooting in? I know it wasn't, terribly rough, but I mean, how much was that informs your character?
oh, absolutely, it does. And like our production designer is a bit of a genius. I mean, he
Mm.
worked on Society of the Snow as well, and that studio set was mind blowing. And it we Eric was saying previously that it did kind of take on a life of its own. We had flies and bugs that weren't there in the production design, but that sort of like accumulated as the months went by. And so yeah, it was a little micro taster perhaps of what it might be like. But then we had air conditioning. Um,
Eric, what do you think audiences are going to pull away with them from watching the series?
That I think if they were to crash land in the jungle, they hopefully are going to be with more cooperative people. That would be my thought. I mean, I think this is what we were saying before that you'd hope that 10 people would really band together and be kind, but and these 10 really don't trust each other, which is what makes the show so interesting. And then it turns out there's good reason.
Lydia, I'm going to give you the final word. What do you think people will take away with them from the series?
I hope that it will spark a lot of. I mean, my best friend is a genius at guessing plots from the get-go, and I think this will fox her. Like, I really hope that it's, kitchen table divisive about what, who, and how also.
Like I said, it's just a fun series. It's great. It's intriguing, and it's got some humor running through it too, which is wonderful for a series. And Eric, before I leave, I hear you do a wicked Horowitz impression.
Well, I don't know that he'd agree with me, but I would send Anthony a text saying, Anthony, could I make this if an and? And his response would be, well, I know it's confusing. One could think of the words as changeable, but are they? Doesn't it, in fact, change the entire meaning of the line? I'm not saying you can't, but perhaps we do it both ways.
There you go. Perfect. Thank you both for your time. What a great series, and God bless you both.
Thank you, Tony.